what an entry. Okay, here we go. I'm pulling up the stream, so it should be live now. Okay. Nope, that's the old one, which was supposed to be unlisted. Everything is just working perfectly today, it seems. So let me go now back to that thing and make that one unlisted, and I don't know what is going on. Oh wait, I think it's restarted. No, it hasn't. It still says unlisted, so why am I able to access it if it's unlisted? I don't know what's happening. Okay, well, we got someone in here, so apparently it's working now. Something is, at least, and I don't know how, and I don't know why, but I think it's working. And OBS decided just to give me a heart attack. So, hello everyone, I am LazerHawk, and today we are streaming about the Molt Down. This is the Rift City, and it looks like the stream is working because someone's here, so I think we've got straightened out. Apologies if it's a bit quiet. You'll just have to turn up your, sound up a bit, because unfortunately there's just no, OBS won't let me make things louder. But as you can see, we have a new format this time. So we've got an OBS extension, so people's icons will light up in the top left-hand corner when they talk. So this is a new way, gets the Discord streams going nicely. And we have images of the Molt Down rotating through an automatic slideshow. And we have two pieces of art, because something we want to do in the future is to help promote people's art. And so we'll start making announcements on Twitter for art submissions that are related to our streams, so that we can advertise those on our channel during the streams. So our two submissions today are from Kensui of Dragons and myself. And both of those are linked, so you can check them out should you choose to. I really liked Kensui's of Dragons submission. I talked to him about it, got his A-OK. I was really excited because he did a very nice job. But anyway, like I said before, I am LazerHawk, so I make some videos occasionally, mainly working on the stream for Rift Cities and whatnot. But we are also, I am also joined by some of our guests. So who would like to introduce themselves first? Any takers?
Trans, ladies first.
Oof.
Dead.
Trez, you want to say hi?
I'm not no lady.
Oof. Oh boy. Okay, here. Shall I just call you guys off so we can get this rolling then? Hey, okay, here. I'm gonna go down the list from as it's displayed as in Discord. So Bluey, you can go first.
Everybody, this here is T-DA, aka Bluey. Welcome to the stream. I'm not sure if I was well heard.
I think you're good. So long as all of the audio should be around the same, so they'll just need to turn up the sound a bit, if at all. But yeah, thank you for the introduction. All right, next on our list is Danger. Danger, say hi.
Sup?
Hello.
Keep it simple. I like it. All right. All right. There's myself. I did me. So Nontree, want to say hello?
Welcome to Good Burger.
Kill me.
Ooh, that's... Oh, man. I can feel the enthusiasm.
Very enthusiastic with this guy.
Okay, and then, I believe... Ooh, that's not right. Give me a moment. Alright, so, that leaves Trans. Trans, you want to say hello? And maybe give maybe a bit more defined intro?
Okay, I'm Trans Gamer, and I'm actually saying it truthfully. I am not a girl.
Oh boy, yep. All right, I guess.
Because after all, ladies first.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, anyway, yeah. There we go then.
Things are turning around on me. Dang it.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, okay. So, we were talking about the Molt Down, and for those that don't know the Molt Down, a brief rundown is that the spirit of M.A. Larson came down upon Spike the Dragon and finally gave him wings. It only took him 8 seasons, so they keep saying Spike's a baby dragon, but I think he's at least like a teenager by now, because Twilight's supposed to be like in her 20s and they were together since she was like maybe 6 or something. So Spike's like a young adult at this point, and he's still considered a baby dragon. I don't know about you guys, but I think some injustice was done in this world. Because Spike seems like he's way too young, but oh well.
What are we talking about?
Well, you know, there's this thing called My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, and there's like this dragon, and this dragon gets wings, apparently.
Never heard of it.
Never heard. Darn, that's a shame. Well, you know, you could just hang out, I guess, if you want.
Oh, guys, I have one question for you.
Sure.
Which one do you like better, modern music or old music from back then?
That's not very. Yeah, that is a random question. I'm going to say.
I like human music.
Yeah, I like human. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too. I like human music. Is that an option? Human music.
No, modern music like right now or music from the past.
I'm sort of a mix. It's sort of a mix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
same for me.
a mix of sorts.
Yeah, like I like modern music if it's written by decent human beings.
I don't know what this has to do with dragon puberty.
Yeah,
but...
I don't know. Maybe he needs some crawling in his skin, you know, to play because he's the angsty teen now. Yeah, something along those lines. But anyway, so would anyone like to go first, or does anyone have to leave soon and therefore should go first in giving their opinions on Molt Down?
Well, I'm for no reason, but yeah, this was a pretty fun episode. There's a lot of cool things.
Never watched it.
Never watched it. Wow, you're gonna be just real helpful today, aren't you?
No, I mean, what's the point of him having wings? I mean, I saw the whole episode.
Well, I feel like, yeah, and that
I mean, he's a
brings up,
dragon, so...
yeah, that brings up a good
Yeah,
point.
and
Like,
how long has he been a dragon without wings?
Yeah, like, and again, that's what I was getting at. Like, I feel like they keep calling him a baby dragon, but he's been alive for like 20 years, and him getting wings now seems like really off to me, because it took him so long to get wings, and like, he should have wings because he's a dragon. But then that brings me to the point was like, what was the real point of the episode? Because it seems like, you know, it's a sort of a coming of age episode. But
I want to say something, but I'll keep my mouth shut because I want to keep this PG.
Okay, sure thing. Thank you. I appreciate it. But like,
how do dragons mate?
well,
I can't help it. I need to know.
It's when one plot device gets with another plot device.
Yep.
We have children watching. We don't know.
Oh boy.
Well, again, it's that you see they come from a plot device. That's how dragons are made.
Oh.
When we need dragons, they exist. When we don't need them, they fall into irrelevancy.
I didn't get to finish.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if like when I was first watching the episode, I actually felt a bit of pain when like Spike was getting those scales because like they're really animated. It's like, ugh.
Oh wait,
so,
like, oh yeah, they did put like a lot of
scales.
extra animating detail into like the
it made me feel a bit of pain.
Oh, well, I know something I found out.
What?
You know when Twilight was chasing that giant bird?
The Rock.
The Rock.
Yeah.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
His new name's Dwayne the Rock.
You know,
Johnson.
I noticed her aim is kind of like a stormtrooper.
She is stormtrooper. Well, it seems like it's not just stormtrooper.
But her aim's getting better.
Yeah, but I feel like
I mean, it's right in front of her. How could she miss?
Well, I think this is like it's sort of a thing when it comes to like plot devices. Like, whenever something important needs to happen, it either goes one or two ways.
It happens.
You either become the greatest shot in the world or the worst shot in the world. Like, there's no middle ground. There's no mediocre shooting. It's only
I have the high ground.
Yeah, it's only good or bad. Oh, dude, Spike does have the high ground.
Rock, I have the high ground.
He does have the high ground.
It'll be episode 3 all over again.
But Revenge of Spike, he finally got wings. Oh boy, but yeah,
we can talk about the death rarity for a bit because that was fucking hilarious. So brilliant.
Language.
Oh, sorry.
Language. Can you hear that in the distance? Captain America saying language.
Sorry.
Nah, it's okay. But yeah, we
I
kind
don't
of watched
watch
that. But, yeah.
Avengers.
So
Yeah, the death rarity was great.
the what?
Like when Rarity like lost her hearing.
Oh, that would
yeah.
be a perfect
Oh,
time
yeah.
for people just
that
to
was pretty
insult
funny.
her.
Mhm.
It was such a weird thing that they did. Like, it was just like, but why? Why did they
Yeah,
like they only
like-
did it so she couldn't hear Spike but could
Like,
smell him instead?
Does,
So
does Phoenix feathers actually cause like deafness in like mythology and stuff? I might have to check
not
that.
that I know of.
Oh, you mean to quote somebody, continuity?
Continuity.
Yeah, but like well yeah, there was
Yeah,
some
like a what?
continuity because he did see the birds again. We got to see the phoenixes again, but they weren't super relevant.
Pee-wee.
It bears the
Pee-wee.
word.
It's kind of a stupid name. It makes me think of Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh boy. But yeah, the
Oh,
phoenixes weren't super relevant in this one. Like they were a fun callback, but that's all they really were, was a callback.
Wanna know something?
Hmm?
I kind of found something that happened like when Spike was in the closet and Smolder came in and then the teacher came in.
Oh yeah, they were all screaming in the closet.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's-
but first it kind of like felt like a scenario, like how sometimes at party it'll be like
Yeah,
whenever there's a spin the
Danger,
ball,
I think
they have
Danger,
to
you're
spend some
heading to the
minutes.
danger zone, my friend, and we're gonna like
Oh
quickly
come on, really?
back out of it.
Highway to-
Danger
Every
zone,
time
yeah,
someone
exactly.
does that.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. But no,
Everyone
that
makes
was
fun of my name. I don't know why.
yeah. But anyway, that was more of him hiding, but like from it because he felt embarrassed because like like half of the episode was Spike growing up. The other half was
Embarrassing
don't
himself.
don't get eaten by a giant bird. Don't get eaten by giant bird. Don't get eaten by giant bird.
Why was that giant bird just suddenly there?
Because
Oh,
apparently
remember
when
what
dragons
what
molt,
Smolder said? Smolder said that
yeah.
they have a good smell and can smell
Well, it's not
the
it's not a
scales
good
or
smell,
something.
but it's a strong odor that they give off during their molting phase, and that's when the birds called rocks try to eat them.
Yeah, but
What
hey,
if they
at least Spike
the
did.
birds have like a magical sensor that allows them to hear. It's like, hey, I'm here now. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, but yeah, and that's what the odd thing I wanted to talk about. Like, I feel like the episode was trying to be like, you know, a growing up thing, and even when you grow up and like you have awkward, you know,
Going around.
phases
When you
in
hit
your life.
puberty.
Yeah, when you go through puberty, like your family still loves you and whatnot, even if you're all gross and icky now. But
Fucking-
but then like the other half of the episode is, don't you just hate it when you're growing up? You know, you're going through puberty, and then giant birds start trying to kill you. Like
Yeah,
that's just
Every
life.
time it happened
Yeah, I
last
hated
time.
that.
It
I
happened
know.
to me.
I have a giant
I
bird in
hated
my
it.
backyard right now. It won't leave me alone. It's.
Hey,
boy.
hey, wanna know something that
you
was
remember-
really
Puberty
embarrassing?
bird.
Wait.
Wanna know
Trans,
something
you-
that was really embarrassing
Uh-huh.
for me?
Okay.
When I was at my grandma's house, it was when I hit puberty. When I was running home, a bird pooped on me.
That's unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
Are we gonna let anyone else talk?
Well,
yeah,
yeah, I was
let
gonna
me
say
know.
like well, yeah, I was gonna say Trans. You remember from when you were younger, you know, running away from the giant birds that were trying to kill you.
Is that normal for
I had
ponies?
two.
Just running away from a
I
giant
had
bird?
two of them after me.
I thought that was for dragons, not
Yeah.
ponies.
Yeah, well, you know, but no. The show clearly said that when you go through puberty, birds try to kill you because that's relatable for children these days.
It's a trial. It's a trial for the dragons to see
It
who's
was
the
on
strongest.
TV, so it must be true.
Exactly. Why would a
Like
show
the North
that
American
promotes
house.
Why would a show that promotes capitalism ever lie to us? Like, let's be honest.
So we're just gonna take advice from TV now?
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't
mean,
take
especially
advice from
Family
TV?
Guy.
Where were you?
I was
boy.
in space.
Oh, that explains it. You know, the TV
No,
must
I
have
said
been
how-
really
how the
bad
black
in
holes-
space.
I was in character lot, okay? If you saw the video that I just made, you would see what I was doing.
Oh, did you say the video that you just posted on your channel? Danger, go check it out. Nice.
Danger, go check it out.
Donate to patreon.com/saint.
Yeah, exactly. All right, but oh boy, that was
there's no self promotion there.
yeah, exactly. No, it's not self promotion
Ben
if you
Saints
get
will
your
really
friends to do it
appreciate
for
that.
you. As long as
Make your
someone else
friends
says
do your
it,
work
it's
for
okay.
you.
Right. So
I always do that.
Oh, so it's a plug then.
yeah, exactly. See, as long as you pay your friends off to say it for you, it's not self promotion.
Oh, so it's like
I don't see any
man,
money in my account.
No, like
Don't
this.
worry about it.
Hey,
I'm
man.
sure the check will come.
I'll be
Everyone
like-
donate to the Procrastinators podcast.
Oh,
So,
no,
let me
are
get
we
this
advertising
straight. Let me
another
get this
podcast?
straight.
No, dude,
Oh,
we can't
by
lose
the
our
way-
views, man.
No,
By the
let
way,
me get this
Laser,
straight. Let me just get this straight. So it's like, hey man, you think you can make this for me? Yeah, I can make it for you. Only for $10 an hour. I'm like, cool. I'll pay
So let's
you
go
next
back
time.
to the main episode at hand.
So it'll be like,
Yeah.
it'll be like YouTubers doing like, kind of like, you know.
Yeah, they're trying to turn. Yeah, it's YouTube, but then it turns into like a proper filmmaking company.
Okay,
Yeah.
Laser. Then where's my paycheck?
It's in the mail, I swear. Though if it gets
I don't
lost,
have
in the
a
mail
bank
as
account
an
to
office
cash
due,
your
I
one
cannot.
It needs to be PayPal.
I
No,
can't.
it's not. We're gonna have a problem. Don't make me
Oh,
get my
boy.
gang.
This is why you don't mention money in front of your coworkers, because they all just.
Yeah, it'll
Oh,
be
go,
like,
go,
it'll
where's
be
my money?
Analyzing this episode.
Yeah,
on
we
the
could
table
do
with,
that.
like,
Would anyone like
cards.
to go first? I think Blue, you started, and then we got on this whole ramble. But Blue,
So, okay, Blue, go.
Well, be honest. I think I fell asleep during this episode. I'm joking. It's just been a while since I've seen it. Close up of one of the stone scales, though. That was.
Okay.
So, anyone
Everybody else
wanna-
took all the good points.
chocolate?
Don't you just hate it when you just randomly turn into stone?
Yeah.
Every time, I wonder how Discord felt when he got turned to stone.
How's Discord going through puberty?
I think it passed when he turned into stone. I think it happened.
That would mean that he went through puberty twice.
no, that was
Dear
evolving.
God.
He had to earn. He was gaining XP, and he finally got enough to level up and evolve. So now it's
But-
Spike too.
Oh,
So yeah.
so now it's a Pokemon.
He was always Equestria was always secretly Pokemon. Remember back in season 1
Oh,
where
dude.
Twilight evolves into Rapidash?
Can I just say
For a
this?
split second.
I want to say this.
Alright,
Time to catch 'em all.
exactly.
You mean like when?
Joke about like getting wings and then
Pony
shouting
train,
Lawson
yeah.
like every goddamn analyst.
Wait, Trent, you wanted to say something?
I was saying that then you must mean when Rarity became a Butterfree.
Exactly. See, they're all Pokemon.
Sonic Rainbow.
What's a Pikachu? I want to know what Pikachu looks like in Equestria. Just a
Easter
small
Chew,
rat.
That's what it looks like.
I-
Easter
I-
Chew, that's what.
I thought you said Sonichu for a second.
No,
I just know
not that.
that
Not that.
it-
No,
Um,
Easter Chew, the person.
Oh, yeah,
That's
her.
what a Pikachu
She's
looks like
nice.
in Equestria.
Sort of getting a little off topic here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't
We're
say.
still talking about
Are we
Equestria.
drunk? I think we're drunk.
Oh yeah, but yeah, shoot. So, does anyone want to talk about the episode?
I have one question.
Okay.
Are we drunk? I think we're all drunk.
I can't
I'm
drink
sober.
yet, so Danger, you can be drunk for all of us. You could be drunk for all of us, and everyone else will be sober. You can do all the drinking for us.
As always, I'm always the one that has to be drunk.
Well, you know what? Someone's got to do it. So, and you're that someone.
I mean, of
Somebody's
course I
got to
went to
take the
bar.
hit.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's got to do it. So, shoot. Was it non-tree? So, Danger, you didn't see episode, so unfortunately, we're gonna skip over you.
No, I said I'd seen the episode.
Oh wait, so you have okay. So Bluey gave some thought. Well, Bluey, one last thing. Would you like to give us a bit of a rating, like a rating of the episode, out of 10 is what we're looking for, because then I can actually
Okay, yeah.
calculate this.
I was just gonna give it stone scales out of 5.
Oh, what?
4.5 stone. 4.5 stone scales out of 5.
Okay, so I'm gonna say 4.5 out of 10, and that's gonna be your answer because I said so. Alright.
No. I said out of 5, so you gotta.
Oh,
You
okay,
gotta.
So in other words, he's like saying a 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
Oh, an 8 out of
You're
10?
making me do math here. I didn't sign up for this.
I don't do math.
I'll give it a I'll give it a light 6, or maybe a strong 6 to a light 7. Anthony Fantano.
Okay, Nantri, since you gave us your rating, do you want to explain that rating? So you're doing 6 out of 10?
I mean, it's like, because it was entertaining. That's like kind of like what it boils down to me. I just like entertainment.
It was a fun.
Like all the
it was
analysis
a,
comes
it was
up.
a fun episode at least.
It was fun when Spike got eaten by a rock.
Take that out of
Did that not happen?
Eaten by a rock.
I don't like he gets eaten by Maud.
Oh god. I'm kidding. I'm
That
scared.
was some fan art, alright?
Yeah, I'm scared, not true, but well, what did you enjoy about the episode, and what wasn't enjoyable about the episode?
Spike burping was not that enjoyable.
Oh, the sort of like gross humor that they tried to force down everyone's throats.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
look,
didn't
it's
take
got
it
little
lightly.
bird on
My
the
Little
fire.
Pony, not Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, come on. We're supposed to have higher standards.
So, I mean, it did. I mean, like,
To
the
say
only
if
good thing to
you
come out of
not
Spike burping was
destroy it.
that moment of Golden Fox fanboying. That was great. In his review of it.
Oh, what? Because he finally got wings.
Like, remember, because no, like, there's like at the beginning, there's a power of him just bursting out laughing because of Spike's burp.
Huh. Alright.
It was great.
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't think that was really... that wasn't very amusing. I didn't think that was very amusing either. It was just sort of there.
I mean, like, it wasn't quite like of course it wasn't quite like fanboy and chum chum levels of unfunny, but I mean like the burping stuff was like it was kind of pointless. Could have been easily cut down. It's like could have been cut down like the trees and the Lorax.
Oh boy.
Can I explain why I sort of like this episode?
Oh,
Okay.
wait, non-tree, so you're good then? Danger's turn?
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, sure. Danger, shoot. What'd you like?
Well, I liked how it kind of showed on how you can't stay young forever. You have to grow
Oh,
up
I didn't know this
sometime.
one.
Yeah, and my little sister said, "Is that true? What happens? You grow up?" And I says, "Yes, and you will grow wings and be attacked by rocks. So you don't need to worry."
Don't forget your Red
You
Bull.
got it.
Red Bull in the morning.
Yeah.
You get the cardboard, you get the toilet roll, like
Exactly.
unicorn horn, like Phantom Horn.
So yeah, it's kind of like I kind of like it how it shows that you have to grow up. You can't stay young forever.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that it would be much enjoyment if we get attacked by rocks. It'll be much more enjoyable.
Dude,
But
if that was a real thing, watch America turn it into like a sport. Like teenagers like fighting off their own rock. Teenagers fighting rocks. Dude, if this was a real thing,
They're just
you know
fending
America
off
was
birds
gonna
with
do that.
sticks. It's like
Welcome
they got
to
giant
Rocks
sticks and
2018.
Go away, bird.
Yeah, we have an exciting roster this year. Libanel is
It'll be a
heading down the
birdemic.
runway. Oh, and he's
So-
got a real big. I don't know how he's gonna do it. This guy's real skinny. He's not looking. It's not looking like he's gonna make. Oh, and he lost a limb. Oh man, this is gonna be a real
Look.
quick match, ladies and folks here.
Are we not going to talk about Sakura in this episode? Because I mean,
oh, Zakora?
I mean,
I hear
Sakura,
she
like she didn't
rhymes.
exactly do much, but
I heard she's a zebra.
I heard she got a participation trophy at the end of the episode.
yeah.
I heard
She's
she
like,
got
"I was
kidnapped.
Here you
here."
go. You were here in this episode.
Congrats. I mean, I bet the voice actress
She-
isn't complaining. She just gets money. Her
Yeah, she gets
participation trophy. She
I don't
gets a check.
get
She-
paid for
That's
this.
what it all comes down to at the end of the day. The
The
actors get
paycheck.
paid, the reviewers on Patreon get paid, everyone's
No.
happy.
Oh, but
She-
there's one
she
thing
was-
I really want to know. There's one thing I really want to know.
Wait,
Are we gonna see more zebras in MLP?
I mean, I'd like to see a zebra kingdom. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the core has to come from somewhere, not just
Yeah,
the
she-
Everfree.
and
all of
We
the-
need to
and all
see
of the
more
developers,
zebras.
like,
It's makeup. It's just makeup.
She came from irrelevance, but shoot, Trans, you wanted to say something earlier? There was some.
Yeah, I was trying to add to it, saying that she's the residential nurse.
Exactly. See.
Yeah.
That she pops in when like because apparently all ponies are incompetent and only zebras know how to take care of people. So like.
Hey,
Social hierarchy.
why do I feel insulted?
Why would no? Yeah, seriously. Why would you be insulted? Are you telling me you're a medical professional?
I'm a doctor.
I
I'm
mean,
a- I'm a
from your
doctor.
videos, Danger, it doesn't seem to be that. Like, I don't think you're a doctor, Danger. You seem more competent when it comes to murdering people.
Yeah, I feel like a doctor's supposed to, keep people from dying. You're just better at finishing them off.
No, no, no.
like
You should
something-
see my medical record.
Yeah, no, people.
Like a few,
your
few
medical
weeks
record-
ago, I've been playing. I've been playing Surgeon Simulator,
I played
and
Surgeon
I lost
Simulator.
24 patients, but saved 2. Alright,
Exactly. See, perfect record. A 1 to 12 ratio. Perfect record.
I'm a perfect doctor. If anyone has health problems or liver problems, come to me. I can fix them.
And
Maybe.
I think the next time we should do these podcast, like this sort of podcast, I think we need to like write down notes for our thoughts. So
Oh
so it's
yeah,
more
we've done that
thorough.
before, and they've sometimes worked. It's sort of and yeah, like definitely this time we need a. It's sort of it's just the first stream when coming back is when we gotta like
Yeah.
brush everything
It's
up.
fine.
Especially because not
Fine.
true. I think this might be like your first stream, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh no, I was on that TF2 stream with Patrick Roberry before, but
the one we don't talk about because their OBS was being janky.
yeah.
OBS was dead. And like, Danger and Blue. This also might be your first podcast. I think. If not, you might have been in the gaming one that I don't know.
I've been in the TF2 stream.
Yeah.
I've
so
been in the TF2
yeah,
stream.
the TF2 stream, which is not on the channel because the recording OBS was just so dead inside that day.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, I do pop up mostly every time there's a stream in the Underground Realm or in the Rift City. I do pop up
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah, so like, I think you might have popped in before, but this is I think a more proper.
I'm just a random pony that pops up out of nowhere.
He's
You're-
the pop
you're
up
an
pony.
extra.
Nobody
You're an extra.
likes him, and they want to close him. He's the pop up pony.
Yeah, he says hi. He's like he pops in, says hi, gets his plugs his Patreon, and then heads on his way.
Be sure to support
Yeah, heads
my
on his merry
Patreon. I'm
way.
gonna see you guys later. Alright, see ya.
And then he's gone. But, shoot. So Danger.
Gone with the wind, like the wind
What?
of the whistle.
Sorry, I was gonna say if you guys are good, Danger. Do you have any more thoughts that you'd like to add to the episode?
Aside from, like, Twilight to know about the dragons. Like, she's friends with Ember. Ember should be telling Twilight about dragons growing up. She should already
Yeah,
know
Ember
them.
should have been in this episode. Actually, I think that would have been cool.
Yeah.
And then something that bugged me with because a lot of dragon knowledge isn't known to ponies, and I saw other people react to this episode, and it's like they kept complaining that they didn't know about dragons. Like, no, it's been established that Twilight straight up went to the Dragonlands just to do research because the knowledge is so limited. So
She
it
should
seems-
know this.
I know,
She
but it
should
seems
know
so silly
this, not
because
just
they have a
trying to
dragon.
help.
And they have connection
She had
with the
a
dragon.
bit
They
of a
should have
brain
just called
fart
them
that
off
day.
on their cell phone. Be like, "Yo, Spike's having a heart attack. What's going on?"
I think Spike is too young to have a heart attack.
I can't tell if Spike has cancer or what. So like, what's what's going on here, guys? And 'cause,
He
like,
has anal cancer.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not
Yeah, but it
cancer.
would be
He's
much
just gonna
more
grow up and a
better-
bird's gonna try to eat him. It's all normal. Just watch out for
It'll
birds.
be much. It'll be better if Amber told Spike about growing up instead
Well,
of
she
Smolder.
did. Oh wait. Oh, Ember. Oh wait. Yeah. Cause
Yeah.
Also, did you get how the stone thing around him was a chrysalis?
Oh no.
Oh,
Confirmed. Chrysalis returns.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. But yeah, like
See, there's a giant 4 right over there.
yeah, it's casting
And
a
it's
shadow.
looking at us with angry eyes.
Oh boy. But yeah, that was shoot, yeah. So yeah, that's a good point, Danger. Like why the communication was pretty crap in this episode.
yeah. I said that it would be better if they had Amber explain it to Spike,
And Twilight.
and Twilight would just try and support him and not try and find a way to stop it. She should know this is part of being a dragon.
Yeah. It's growing up. It's not something that's
Brady
stopped.
was at least
I
trying
mean,
to
come on.
help him find a
if
way
you have
to.
a child,
Yeah.
if you have a child in
Mm.
it, and he or she
Yeah, Rarity
hits
was great in this
puberty,
episode.
what do? Do you try and stop the puberty, or do you
Yes.
try and confirm it? I mean, I would try and stop it because I would have a panic attack, not sure on how to respond to it.
Oh boy, but yeah, that's a good point there. So Danger, anything else you want to add, or do you have for us a rating? We're
rating?
going for
Well-
out of 10.
Well,
I know
for
it
like
is-
the rating on helping kids learn that they had to grow up, I would give it like a 6. And for the lack of communication, I would just give it like a 5.
Okay, I'm gonna average that out to 5.5 for your overall rating, because it's a good
Yeah,
message.
I'll say
it's a
I
good
agree, I'll
message,
still
but it
stand
kind of
by
got
a
butchered on
7.5.
presentation. Alrighty.
Yeah, I know a way to stop Spike's puberty.
Yeah, no, it's like Pokemon. You gotta mash B to put that sucker down.
Yeah, but
Oh, there's one more
That's
thing.
speed,
One more
put
thing.
that sucker
You know what I
down.
noticed?
Yeah,
I noticed something.
What?
When Spike turned into a stone, I like this. Oh, great, Han Solo again, becoming
he
carbonite.
frozen in carbonite.
The way Twilight could have stopped it all was just take Spike to the vet, just get it snipped.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Neuter joke.
I,
I get
you know what? Real
Yeah,
funny.
I get the joke, man. That's. I
On
wasn't ready
Twitter,
for
I
that.
messaged someone that I do want to join the Rift Cafe, but they said that we had to do reviews, and I just said
Well,
that
yeah, that's
I'm
what
not
the
good
cafe's
at it.
really
But
for.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not really good at reviews. But every time I try to review an episode, I sometimes do pay attention to it. I don't know why.
But hey, this was a pretty good first run. If you need some practice, we got streams, man.
Yeah.
If you,
This was
if you
a
need
good-
a demo,
I'm
I
not
mean-
good at review, but
I mean,
all I
what
wanna
would you
do
expect
is-
if you see my OC in the Rift Cafe? Just him like killing or blowing something up.
No. He should just hang out menacingly in the background at all times with like a knife to someone's back.
Yep.
Yes,
Oh,
with your
like
butcher's-
someone's
no,
talking
with, like, a
and they
plastic,
just see
like,
my
body knife.
Yeah.
OC like about to stab a pony, and when the camera turns to him, I just, hey, how
Hey
you doing?
everybody, what's up?
And when the camera turns away, he takes out the knife and ready to stab. But when it
Yeah.
goes back, I'm doing nothing.
I
Just
like to
relax."
think it's a plastic party knife. That's funny.
They replaced all of Danger's knives with plastic silverware.
Oh, come on again!
All right. Well, anyway, okay. So let's see. We got 2 non-treat Danger. Trans. It looks like you're up. Would you like to give your opinion about the show? I mean, the episode specifically.
Yeah. Well, for in the beginning part of it, I think was interesting because it was like Rarity was playing Ring Around the Spiky
Ring
Oh
around the
yeah,
rosy.
walking around him and whatnot, like.
because she was and he was turning. It was like playing Ring Around the Rosy in a way.
Yeah. It was
That
good
was
because
actually a
Rarity
funny
is a
scene,
good
and
horse.
they animated it pretty good because she's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
angrily
Yeah.
spinning around Spike.
Mhm.
But
yes,
that kind
yeah,
of
that was a funny scene.
reminded me, that disgusting part of the beginning kind of reminded me of acne. I mean, it's
Yeah, that
normal
was,
for
I think
Yeah,
that was
that
the
was
thing
the
they were
point.
nodding at. The time was supposed to be
Yeah.
puberty acne. Don't look
Yeah.
at me, I'm hideous.
Yeah, even
That every
the
teenage
pulsing,
boy ever.
pulsing part of
Yeah,
it when
so
we zoom in.
basically,
And they
Spike
were
should've got a
hinting at cream.
Yeah, they should have done a sponsorship for Proactive.
Yeah, I mean, guys, believe me, back at high school, we went to like another school for dance, and me and my friend were in line, and we saw this girl that had acne and zits all over the top of her back.
Ah,
Why do we need
She was
to
wearing a
know this
dress,
thing?
and every time she moved, it was going up and down.
yeah, that's
It was
I
just-
just need
Why-
that.
why-
No,
why-
dangerous.
Yeah,
I need
Yeah,
call in your
me
car.
and my friend our
Silence.
eyes were literally watering from looking at that.
Oh
I
boy,
mean,
yeah. Well,
It hurt. We
Yeah,
couldn't
and I
get that
think with
image
the-
out of our head for like a month.
yeah, but like,
We don't need it in
yeah, we
ours
don't need
either.
to know. But I feel like the point.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, but I feel like the point is they didn't want to they didn't want to
Play
over
it.
dramatize puberty, but they also didn't want to underdo it either. So they made it fairly, because it's not a fun process. It's not fun. It's
Thoroughly analyzing.
yeah, it's like an icky and gross process, and they wanted to they didn't want to gross out the whole audience, but they wanted to emphasize that it's an awkward and difficult stage of your life.
Yeah.
I think they did.
Yeah,
an
you
effective
know what I
job.
wanted to say to Spike when I first saw that?
What?
I just said, just pop that thing.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Just pop.
Well, he did try, but
Pop and
it didn't
go.
work.
Yeah. Well, he's a dragon. He's got like his skin is literally like iron and stuff.
Be right back.
Okay, sure thing. All right. So, Trends.
Yeah, just pop it all over the camera.
Yeah. Okay. Trends. Would you like to continue?
Well, speaking of all the things that have been going on with Spike, I did kind of feel bad for him when he was going through the voice range changing.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
The reason why was because when I was younger, I had it where I had laryngitis, and seeing Spike going through the part of having it where he had a hard time talking and then all of a sudden bursting into loud voice, I kind of felt for him because he couldn't control it.
Yeah. I think that was again. They like, and when you get older, your voice deepens and whatnot. And again, so this goes back to like, I feel like they did a fairly nice job of not over dramatizing and not underdoing it. Under dramatizing.
Right. And the one last thing I want to say that I've actually enjoyed about this episode is when Spike was actually stoning over, it sort of reminded me of gargoyles.
He turned into a gargoyle for like 5 seconds.
Because as he's coming out of it, his fingers are starting to show first, and then
I thought of the Ghostbusters
he's got
scene.
wings.
The Ghostbuster scene at and the Ghostbusters when they're getting out of like the rock dog things. I thought of that scene when I saw it. It's like, oh,
Who are you gonna call?
yeah, who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I thought that was also really cool, like, sort of scene because of how well it was emphasized and whatnot. Like, the wiggling fingers and then the rock slowly popping off until he full straight up, like, Dragon Ball Z explodes out of it. Levels
Yeah,
up.
and it sort of reminded me of gargoyles because when he busted out,
Oh,
his
I'm going back to
wings
Gargoyle.
expand out.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah, that's an interesting analogy. I
So,
didn't think
yeah.
of that before.
But however, the one part I couldn't actually enjoy about it was the part about having it where Rarity ended up losing her hearing.
I could
I mean,
shout her all I want.
I mean, I understand it was a good plot device and everything, but seriously, having it where they lose their hearing over a bunch of feathers.
Yeah, that was like,
What kind of feather
well,
is
they said
able
it
to
was-
make you
They said
not
it was
hear?
Phoenix, but even then, that seems like a sort of contrived reason they made up.
Okay,
That's the
there's another
upsetting
question
thing.
I want to know.
Celeste's
There's another
not
question.
deaf.
What?
Or is she?
I mean, what kind of phoenix? Because we only saw one phoenix.
Well, and I think it was the same Phoenix that they were hanging out with. At least it's the same thing because we've seen Celestia's Phoenix, which
Yeah.
then got released to the wild.
How
and there was
can
that one
she
family
get
of
a
Phoenix from
feather? How could she get a feather from a phoenix?
Yeah, that's the thing. Apparently, it's just like like being around them, and like it's sort of like an allergy thing, I guess. But again, it's a weird contrived reason, and I understand like it was a convenient plot device, but it seems like it's a
I mean,
it was a real shot in the
did
dark,
Rarity
random.
take it off the corpse of the phoenix when it died?
No, you don't. No, that's not how it works.
No.
This is My Little Pony. No one quote unquote dies on it
What about
unless you're
what about the phoenix that died and got turned into a giant menace of a Firebird or Moltres from
That was
Pokemon?
from a previous Spike episode,
I
and that was
I
a
think
family
they
who
were
was
trying
visiting.
I think they were trying to make it seem like a phoenix is just like a normal common bird, where they sometimes lose feathers.
Well, yeah, and they do lose feathers
I
and
think-
whatnot, but yeah, again, the whole thing about the Phoenix is it was kind of a shot in the dark what they were doing, and like the equestrian phoenixes have these weird things that we don't know about that the show staff just sort of pulls out of nowhere and says, "Hey, did you know a phoenix could do this? Well, now you do because we said so." That's sort of the issue with the equestrian phoenixes.
That's mostly what's going on in MLP. Hey, did you know that a dragon or another creature can do this one thing that is really impressive? Now you know.
Now you do. Yeah.
It's kind of like
rewriting
it's
some
The more
of
you
the
know.
mythological stuff. Yeah, now you know. They get the little star in the
Yeah,
shoot,
the-
you know, it,
Yeah, the more you know. Yeah.
do do do.
Dun, 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 dun. They rip off Silverquill.
Oh boy.
No, we don't want to rip off.
Silver
They
quill
remember
flipping off
to
in the night.
cafe.
Oh man. But anyway, shoot. So, so let's see. So there was the thing. The one annoying thing for you was the contrived bird rarity going deaf thing.
Yeah, the hearing thing.
Yeah.
That's-
Anything else you wanna?
I mean,
Give
it
her a
doesn't
hearing
really.
aid, dang it.
Yeah, I totally agree. That was
What?
a weird
No.
thing they did. Any other things you want to say about the episode, or do you have a rating prepared for us?
Nah, I've actually got a rating for this. It's a 7 out of 10
Oh,
because
that's the best one so far.
uh,
Oh wait, no, two.
Oh.
Two said 9 out of 10.
even
EEW.
even
Just call me Bluey.
though
Sorry.
the show did, even though the show had it where it had good points and had some funny moments and everything, some of the stuff just kind of fell flat in the episode. So that's why I say a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, and then now it's my turn because I always go last because I have to be here the whole time. I can't leave. So
You
let's-
can't escape
We
us.
keep him prisoner.
Yeah, exactly. Because
I'm mostly the one that keeps the ones prisoners. I'm mostly the one that keeps everyone prisoners.
Yeah. But anyway, so with the episode, and funny story is about 5 days before the stream was planned, I was not caught up to this episode in MLP, so I binged MLP for 2 days till I saw this episode. So I then got caught up. So so I watched it recently, and when I watched it, the one thing that really bugged me about it is so I can't quite tell because like the moral is a bit blurry in this because it's like it feels like they're trying to go for, you know, growing up and whatnot. It's a, you know, slice of life show, so you're growing up and you go through puberty and whatnot, but even though you're going through puberty, you know, you change and whatnot, but you're still, you know, but that's good, that's healthy to grow up and whatnot, and even though you'll have this weird, awkward phase, people will still love you, and, you know, you're still the same person that people love and care for. But That was
Oh,
only
you
about
did
half
very
the
effective.
episode. The other half of the episode was don't get eaten by a bird, don't get eaten by a bird, don't get eaten by a bird. Watch out, there's a giant
You-
bird.
But there's one thing
You
that
actually
Smolder
gave me a
did. There's one thing that Smolder did mention.
What?
I know Spike lived with ponies for a couple of years.
Oh yeah, she was making that connection, and it might have been different.
Yeah,
for
saying
him.
that an adult dragon needs to kick the
They
young
usually kick
out so they
young
can live
things, yeah.
on. I don't know. When Spike grows older and older with every year, will she do that?
Well, I don't think so, because we already got through the molting phase, and that was the only thing. So, like, and again, they said at the end of the episode that Twilight would have kept him anyway, and she wasn't trying to get rid of him. She was trying to help. She just didn't know exactly what to do.
She should know this.
Again, we discussed that, yeah, there should have been better communication with Ember.
Yeah. But there's one thing that I learned on Twitter.
What?
First, her parents sent her to school. Then she came back with a baby dragon egg, and a tattoo.
What?
Don't know how. Don't go to school, kids. That's horrible.
Okay, I'm confused. But anyway, Trent, you wanted to add on to the thing we were talking about a second ago as well?
Yeah, when you actually mentioned all this, I was actually wondering, does this actually boost the Sparity ship?
Oh, he's
No.
getting older. It's
Because
he's getting
after
older.
all,
Rarity's getting
you've seen her care for
old
him
to the
so
walking
much in the
cane for the
beginning.
grave.
Hey, Rarity, Spike's getting older, you know.
That means you
Oh,
get older
boy.
too.
Oh,
Here's your
man.
walking cane.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Rarity was kind of nice to Spike. In the episode, she was the only other really person trying to help out. But I feel that's more because Spike was everyone else. The only like main six that knew about this was Twilight and Rarity. So the other main six weren't helping, more out of ignorance rather than.
Where were they anyway?
Well, we see
They're on an ice cream sundae escape.
Well, you know, it's like
Sure
they have
you-
a school or something that they help run or whatever. You know, these. new
No, I mean
obligations.
we did see Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, Pinkie
going
wanted to
to
join
the
the
closet.
screaming closet.
Yeah, I mean, if you walked past that closet and you heard screaming, what is your first reaction?
Run away and don't ask questions.
I think my curiosity would get the better of me, and I would just put my head in and just see what's
It was
going
like,
on.
And you're like, I swear,
So-
if anyone's dying in here, I'm gonna be real upset.
Because I'm the one that's supposed to
plus-
kill ponies in this.
Yeah.
Oh, no one's dying. Oh,
Plus,
yeah.
could you imagine that the way that Pinkie described the smell?
Oh,
Ugh.
shoot, yeah, she had like a super precise, like, I don't know what she said, but it was like really
I
precise.
How
think
does she
it
know
was.
that?
Because she's Pinkie Pie, don't question it. She knows.
Not, it's not.
No, let me just say
Brock.
this. Let me
It
just say
wasn't
this.
broccoli, but it was
Let me just say this. I
don't know.
haven't
I don't
questioned
remember what the other one is.
Pinkie's
That's
logic.
out there.
I haven't questioned her breaking the fourth wall. I haven't questioned her having like expendable limbs, twisting her neck, blowing up and going back together. I haven't asked questions, but we need to know how she does it.
No, wait, she just has a very good sense of smell, and she's very.
She's not a unicorn.
Yeah, she's
Earth
not a
ponies
pony.
have better
That-
senses.
yeah,
they
Earth
need better
ponies have
senses. They have
better-
to have something.
Normal senses, so yeah, I think it'd be logical. And Pinkie Pie.
And Earth pony sense.
Yeah, and Pinkie Pie is very in tune with the world when it comes to like sensing and guessing and whatnot. So I feel like it's pretty logical for pony
Logical
logic,
to
it's
break the fourth
logical.
wall.
Well, that's because she's Pinkie Pie. She was blessed by the powers of the gods.
Her breaking the fourth wall. It's just Pinkie. Her going
No,
back
no,
together.
breaking the fourth wall
That's
was
just
her
Pinkie.
gift from the Lord. That was from the gift from the heavens above is her ability to break
Gift
the
from
fourth wall.
Lauren Faust herself.
Yes,
And
Lord,
how could you want
Lord
to
and
almost
Savior
as
Faust
Lord
fast as
Corn
Rainbow
granted her
Dash?
this.
I remember that one thing that Pinky said it smelled like was cotton candy, but the other thing I don't remember.
It was weird. But anyway, the
He's always weird.
other than
I thought we
Pinky's
already established this.
yeah, other than Pinky's weird analysis of the smell, like so, like he puts off another like. But and again with the episode, so like half of it is growing up and like learning to be less self-conscious and whatnot, and then the other half is don't get
It's
eaten by a bird.
questionable.
And I feel like the thing I didn't really like about the thing, something that botches the message of like trying to explain puberty is that he was only in the state for like 24 hours. It goes like, oh, it's all gone now. All the pain and suffering, it's gone. Like they didn't give him a lot of time to really.
Well, actually, it was longer than that because it was
like
actually
20
longer than that
minutes.
because.
Oh wait, yeah, it might have been a few
Well,
days.
actually, it was longer because it was the day before he actually had the signs of it, and then he thought, well, maybe sleep overnight, that he would actually have it go away, but it got worse.
Yeah, so
Almost like
So it's
sickness.
more than
yeah, so it was like a few days because there was at the beginning of the episode he says when Rarity finds out that it's been like a day. All right, thanks Nantri for joining us. Really appreciate it. Nantri's popping off, but okay. But with that, like so yeah, okay, it was a couple days, but we didn't really get to see. But even then, like with real puberty, it doesn't last for like 3 days and you're done. And you don't have to live with that anymore. Like I feel
We
like
had
But
3 days of
you
embarrassment.
gotta think though. This is the My Little Pony universe,
yeah, the
not
pony universe
reality.
that says you can be a baby for 20 years. Like, let's be honest. There's some inconsistencies going on here with the time. Their time proportions and whatnot.
This statement, it's like saying that he's now a teenager.
Yeah,
Guys, I
that's
just
true.
want to
So
say
again-
something
so
about
again,
the.
with it's all their timing
just
and
wanna say
proportions
something.
is all butchered.
One thing that I want to know, like every time when you hit puberty, there's like a certain phase every like day. Spike just had like, he just went. His puberty just went on for like a couple of hours.
Oh wait, he still gotta go with the voice change,
Yeah,
the lowering
yeah,
of the
and he's
voice.
still learning to use his wings and whatnot. But yeah, the majority of this was just like 2 to 3 days in an event, and I don't.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
why did they throw in the bird to try to eat him? Like, how did they just sort of inserted drama and action in it when they should have probably better focused on Spike having a hard time
no,
with growing up.
we need more excitement in this video.
Yeah, we need
what do
more
you think?
excitement. Get a dragon eating
We should have a
bird.
bird
That'll work.
try and get Spike.
Yeah, we should
Genius. What do we call it?
Promotion.
We should call it.
I guess
We
they're
should
trying
call
to
the
say in
bird.
a way that you gotta look up dragon history.
Yeah, and I
guess
think I
that
know
is
what
true.
they were thinking about when they came up with the name. We should call the bird.
Yeah,
a
because I
rock.
believe rock is a real
Genius.
thing. I just don't know much of the association
It
with
is actually Egyptian mythology.
Okay, yeah, that explains the design as well. But yeah, so it is a thing, but it requires some research, and it is a very cool connection with
Bird.
mythology and whatnot. But I feel like it was still like a very odd
The whole
choice.
reason why I know
to
a lot about
insert
mythology is because
Dragon,
of the
you
video.
know, yeah, but it was still an odd thing to insert this drama of being the fear of being eaten into what could probably better been developed as a story about growing up, and that it's not fun, it's not always great and
I mean-
whatnot, but people still accept
I mean, that's
you
what
and love you for
happens
who you
when
are.
you're young. That's what happens when you at the grow older. You get threatened by a giant bird that wants to eat you.
Yeah,
you
and
had
then
to
America
try
turns
and
into
survive.
the sport. I'm gonna watch it later tonight on ABC. They've got a new game of children running away from giant birds. It's very exciting.
It's
Yeah,
called.
yeah, I can't wait to see it.
It's Rocks 2018.
Yeah, Rock 2018. I love it. My favorite is Jimmy. He's my favorite tribute. Jimmy's a real trooper. This
Oh,
guy was a Boy Scout.
oh, Jimmy.
Yeah, mostly after the stream, we're just gonna watch Rocks chasing kids.
Yeah,
Stick around for the bonus stream where we all watch Rocks 2018.
We have a serious problem.
Laser
Kids
is
trying
gonna
to survive
stream it on
against
Reddit for
giant
us.
rocks.
Yeah.
Who will survive?
You know, I just
Bye,
noticed
guys.
it sounds
Next
so
one.
wrong. Like,
Yeah,
Imagine.
watching people die, it's the Hunger Games, mate, but with birds. Hunger Games, now with birds.
no, when you say rocks, what do you think of? I think of like a giant, like, rock
Yeah,
in your
like-
hand.
yeah, they're all actually running down a hill. That's the bonus.
I think that's what happened with Spike. He actually said that he thought it was a rock, like an actual rock.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
thought it was a
How did
rock.
Smolder spell it?
I think it was ROCX.
X.
Oh.
Okay, there you go.
So,
Yeah, ROCX.
like that?
I don't know. I don't know where you typed it, but anyway.
Smolder, we need answers. How
we
do you
need
say it?
answers. Okay. Well, here. Well, we can look it up another time, but I think like overall, it was I enjoyed the episode. It was a fun episode to watch, and I did like the message sort of, but it just seemed a bit it got a bit muddy because it was like growing up, don't get eaten by a bird. Growing up, don't get eaten by a bird.
That's the first important lesson everyone needs to learn
Yeah.
whenever they hit
Never
puberty.
trust a
Don't get
bird.
eaten by a bird.
All birds are evil. If you see a pigeon, take it out while you still can. Boy.
Take it out before they take
360
you
no
out.
scope thing.
Yeah. Just go to your get your dad. Say, Dad, I need the family gun. I saw a pigeon, and he'll understand and give you the gun so you can take out the pigeons. But I think for my score, I'm gonna give it like I guess like a 6 out of 10 because like it's a fun episode, and I might rewatch it. But I feel like there's been other episodes that have really presented morals better than this one. Like the message just doesn't seem well put in this one. So I'm gonna go do some high-level math called addition in my calculator. And we're
Hey, what a wuss this guy is. He uses a calculator.
yeah. So
Real
and for the
man does
first
it
time
in his
ever,
head.
we'll have an accurate representation of everyone's
Or on,
vote. And then
or on tiny little doodle paper.
okay, divide by 5. Okay, so the overall rating, the overall unofficial Rift City rating of the episode is a 6.7. That's what all of our scores average out to. So I'm gonna call that as good enough. That's all the science I need to do today. That's all the science and math. We're not gonna do any recalculations, no recounting. Too bad, everyone that didn't join. If your voice was not heard, that's unfortunate for you.
Not our fault he wasn't here.
Save it for the next stream.
Yeah, well, I calculated for Nantri, so thank you again, Nantri, for joining us. Thank you, Bluey,
Yeah.
Danger, and Transgamer for helping out for the streams. I really appreciate it, and hopefully we can try to get these things, like, today, I'm gonna start planning when the next one should be, and I'm gonna try to get that in like, a week or two, so that we can try to get these streams up and going.
I should have had that one piece, well, that one drawing ready for this stream to reveal it.
Darn. Wait, are you talking about the thing with me and Pat?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I have one question
we'll
for
let
the
Matt
people
do
that are
another
watching.
time. Okay, Danger, what's your question?
Post in the comments, who's your favorite person in this stream?
Favorite person in the stream? Shoot.
Hashtag blue best pony.
I don't know, cause like we only have a few people watching, and it might be us or someone that's quiet. So I don't know.
No, I just want to say that. So
guy in the back seems pretty nice.
Oh wait, shoot.
I just want to see if we're gonna end up fighting on who's the best pony in this.
Here, wait, I need to make sure. Yeah, so here, I got the stream chat pulled up. Give it a moment, it's loading. Loading. Alright, let me
Oh,
just...
it's loading.
Oh god, no, the voice modulator. It's... oh shoot, something's going on with my account, sir. Okay, but, shoot, yeah, I think we might have to try that question again some other time because I think everyone's tired at this point. But,
And plus,
Aww, the stream's over. I'm just about to
I
get
don't think-
wasted.
yeah, but I think we'll have to do that another time. But again, thank you guys for joining so much. I really do appreciate it. And as per usual, everyone's channels are linked on the
Description.
channel section of the Rift City main channel. We do majority live streams, and our Twitter is linked, and our homepage, as well as our DeviantArt group, is also linked. So if you're an artist, if you like art, usually we're trying to get more promotion for art in our YouTube, but most of our art goes to the the DeviantArt group. So be sure to check that out. Any last closing remarks, anyone?
just
closing
one.
remarks.
Here,
What?
wait, here, let's try again. Okay,
Go ahead.
Okay, wait.
No, go ahead.
Okay, Bluey, you go first.
I've already said mine.
nice
Closing
nice
remark
remark.
here.
A closing remark.
Here,
Alright.
I have a closing remark.
Alrighty.
Just
Closing
remember, when you hit
mom.
puberty, it's okay. It's normal for everyone. Even if you're getting chased by a giant bird, it's normal.
Okay,
Just have to
perfect.
fight it to survive.
Excellent.
Alright?
life tips with danger. Alright, Trans, what you got?
I was just gonna say goodbye. I'm just going to watch Rocks 2018.
I'm gonna join.
Yeah, he's gonna
Trans
watch
and
it there in the
Rocks
stadium
2018.
live.
Alright, well, anyway, thank you all for joining. And, we don't have a proper closing on the Rift City, so bye!